The White House, a symbol of power, democracy, and American history. But how much do we really know about who built this iconic structure? Today, we're uncovering the complex story behind the construction of the White House and the role played by African Americans, including the question of whether the indigenous Black population contributed to its creation. To understand the story of the White House, we need to go back to the late 18th century. After the United States won its independence, plans were set to build the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and with it, the President's House, what we now call the White House. In 1792, construction began under the guidance of Irish-born architect James Hoban. But while Hoban's name is often highlighted, the real work was done by an overlooked group. It's a fact often overlooked in history books. The White House was built in large part by enslaved African Americans. From laying the foundation to cutting stone and crafting intricate woodwork, their labor was essential. Records from the National Archives confirm that enslaved individuals were rented from their owners to work on the project. They toiled in harsh conditions, often alongside free Black laborers, white laborers, and immigrants. Many of these enslaved and free Black workers were skilled craftsmen, stonemasons, carpenters, and bricklayers, who used their expertise to help construct the very seat of power that symbolized freedom and democracy, yet denied them their own. The irony was as profound as it was tragic. Historical records show payments made to slave owners for the labor of the people they enslaved. This acknowledgement sheds light on a painful reality. While their hands built the White House, they were never compensated for their work, and their names remain largely unrecorded. But what about the connection to indigenous Black people? Some historical and anthropological theories suggest that there were indigenous Black communities present in America before European contact. These theories, while intriguing, often blur the lines between verified historical facts and broader narratives about pre-Columbian African influence in the Americas. While there is evidence of complex, advanced indigenous civilizations, such as the Olmecs, who are believed to have had African features, the direct involvement of these groups in building the White House is not documented. Historians agree that while there is ample evidence of African presence in early exploration and pre-colonial times, the labor force behind the White House construction was primarily made up of enslaved African Americans and other laborers brought in by the young American government. The story of who built the White House is more than just a tale of construction. It's a story of resilience, skill, and forced labor. It's a reminder of the complicated layers of American history, where the ideals of freedom and democracy were built on the backs of those who had neither. In 2016, President Barack Obama stood on the very grounds of the White House and reminded the world of this often overlooked truth: I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves. This acknowledgement was a powerful moment of reckoning, one that sparked renewed discussions about history, legacy, and recognition. Today, efforts to honor and remember the contributions of these laborers are being made through educational programs, plaques, and tours that tell a fuller story of America's past. It's essential to understand that the history of the White House, and indeed the nation itself, was shaped by the hands of those who, despite being marginalized and oppressed, contributed immeasurably to its foundation. So, did the indigenous Black people build the White House? While there is no direct evidence to support that specific claim, what we do know is that the enslaved and free Black people who did build it were crucial to its creation. Their story is a testament to the often uncredited labor that built not just a house, but a symbol of a nation. Thank you for joining us as we explored the history behind the construction of the White House. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that uncover the layers of history. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.